part by grants from Coho Resources, a responsible neighbor developing our natural resources, oil and gas. And by Dr. and Mrs. Eric E. Lindstrom of Lindstrom Eye Clinic in Laurel. And by Mrs. Hazel H. Lewis. From Robinson Hale Stadium on the campus of Mississippi College in Clinton, Mississippi. Hello, everybody. Woody Barham along with Bruce Lentz. We're bringing you the 1990 Class 4A State High School Championship game between the Laurel Tornadoes, coming into tonight's game with a record of 12-1, and the Neshoba Central Rockets, who come in with a record of 10-3. We're glad you're with us on Act Sports. The Tornadoes have won 12 in a row. They've just cruised through the playoffs, folks. They defeated South Jones 28-0. They went down and defeated Hancock North Central by a score of 33-3. They shut out South Pike last week 28-0 for the South State. They're on the roll. They've scored 91 points. They've only given up 3, Bruce Lentz. They scored 63 unanswered points, or consecutive points. They are really moving the ball and playing well on defense. Neshoba Central last week defeated Pearl for the North State by a score of 55-24. They only threw the ball 3 times, the Neshoba Central Rockets. Chuck Friends in his 9th year as head coach there. They're no stranger to playoff action either. They threw the ball 3 times, Bruce. The big running back, number 22, Cepeda Moore, 195-pounder, rushed 18 times for 220 yards last week. Unbelievable. He scored 4 touchdowns. Neshoba Central, folks, we've talked about Laurel size, but these guys are big. They average 260 pounds on the offensive line. So they're going to be a good size. We got some giants going on out here. We may have the quake early, Bruce, tonight as we see these matchups. The Tornadoes and the Rockets are no stranger to playoff competition. As I said, Laurel is visiting the state championship for the 2nd time in 3 years, and Neshoba Central is coming back for their consecutive 2nd year in a row to play for a state championship. It should be a lot of fun. The Tornadoes, of course, will run the wing tee. They're not going to change anything, Bruce. They'll play that split 4 defense. Now, Neshoba Central will be a little bit different in the fact that they will have a full house backfield. As you see right there on your screen, they'll play with a full house backfield pretty much. They'll put some guys in motion. They'll do a lot of trapping and a lot of misdirection, but they're big. They'll run 2 tight ends. They'll play a 4-3 on defense. And we've not seen a lot of that. They'll go to the 5-3 some, and the 4-3 is just the 3 linebackers. The big guy in the middle to look for is Lacey Word, 220 pounds. They're a lot like Meridian, if you will remember the Meridian game as far as their size and the way they play defense.
Well, looking at keys for this game, Laurel's got to ride the horse that brought them here. They're going to depend on their defense. They've only given up 3 points in the playoffs, and they're just going to have to hang in there tough. The thing about it is the Laurel defense is going against a line that's equal to or bigger than what they have played against all year long. And they're going to have to contain Mr. Moore. Mr. Moore broke them big for 4 scores last week, and they're going to have to hold them down there. They're not a passing team, so I think if they can get up on that user linebackers and contain the Rockets, Laurel's going to be okay. Offensively, Laurel's going to have to mix it up a lot. They're going to have to show this team that they can pass to allow them to run, because here again is that there's a big defensive line out there, and I think it's something that Laurel really hasn't had to play against a line that big since they played Meridian opening season ball game.
Injuries are not a major problem for either team. The Tornadoes, Bester has had a little hip pointer. He suffered in the South Pike game. Jeff Weber, South Central Regional Medical Center, the Wellness Center, fitted him with a special pad, so he's going to be okay. And Lang's ankle is a little banged up, but he'll play. We're just about ready for the national anthem and the invocation. Laurel has lost the toss. The Rockets have won. They've deferred. Laurel will receive and defend the goal to our left as you look at the field. We'll be back with more of tonight's game after these messages.
Phillips Phillips Building Supply, the store you've trusted since 1954, moves into the 90s with the opening of Phillips Lumber Plus in Laurel. Whether you're an experienced builder or need advice on a do-it-yourself project, the pros at Phillips Building Supply in Laurel and Ellisville and Phillips Lumber Plus in Laurel can help. From foundation to finish, you'll save money at Phillips' 3 convenient locations. Now more than ever, where the wise builder buys. Phillips Building Supply in Laurel and Ellisville and Phillips Lumber Plus in Laurel.
For the best values, the best prices, and the best selection of famous name brand bedding in the Pine Belt, visit the new Marcus Furniture Mattress Center in downtown Laurel with more than 20 comfort levels to choose from. You'll find the best selection of famous Fiddly and Silly Posturepedic bedding at Marcus. And we offer the best in Simmons Beauty Rest bedding as well as Simcoe and Bimco posture bedding. If you need new bedding and want the lowest possible price on better bedding, come see us at Marcus Furniture's Mattress Center in downtown Laurel.
Do not cast me off in the time of old age. Do not forsake me when my strength fails. For I long to be remembered while life remains in me, while joy and happiness are within my grasp, and my children still call me blessed. Remember to honor your mother and father, that it may go well with you.
What's wrong, Vince?
My woman's done left me, my dog ran away, and people still aren't wearing their safety belts.
Aw, Vince, you singing those buckle up blues again?
Some people don't wear their seat belts. I can't believe it's true. Those kind of people get knocked right out of their shoes. So buckle up, baby. Don't sing me those buckle up blues.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
I mean it, baby. Buckle, honeysuckle, buckle, yeah.
We're back at Robinson-Hale Stadium as you see the Tornadoes win the Battle of the Banners. Tonight's captains for the Tornadoes are Chris McCardle, Marquin Bivens, Walter Bester, and Keith Bula Bradshaw. For the NESHOBA Central is number 41, Jimmy Vaughn, number 22, Cepeda Moore, number 9, the quarterback Ray Edwards, and number 78, Jamie Horn. The NESHOBA Central Band is on the field playing the Notre Dame Victory March for the Rockets. The Rockets, it's a nickname of the NESHOBA Central team. The Tornadoes, of course, for Laurel. Our officials for tonight's game are Roger Moak, the referee. The umpire is James Belton. The linesman is Doug Favey. The line judge, Joe Price. The back judge, Ricky Long. The electric clock operator, Mike Talsman. Those officials are from the Brookhaven, Macomb, and Natchez area. As we indicated earlier, Bruce, the Tornadoes lost the toss. They've not lost many tosses this year, but they lost the toss tonight. But NESHOBA Central deferred, so they will kick off. The Tornadoes will receive the ball. In talking to George Blair before this week's game, he just said that NESHOBA Central is going to be tough to run on. But they're huge on the offensive side of the ball. Crowd up here to tonight's telecast.
They're spilling out of the stands.
They're spilling out everywhere.
There's plenty of room on the home side over here. The Laurel team is the visiting team tonight. I don't quite understand how they work all that out, but last year the South was the home team in the playoffs, so they swap out every other year. And there is a zillion empty seats on this side of the field, but there's a lot of folks here anyway.
This stadium seats about 10,000, and we're ready for the Terry Insurance Kickoff, which is brought to you, as always, by the fine folks at Terry Insurance, your independent agent since 1932. And from the Renall lift, you see the end zone shot. The lift facility is being provided by Renall of Laurel to Act Sports. Lacey Word will kick off for the NESHOBA Central Rockets. And this is going to be a noisy crowd too, Bruce Lentz, as folks are really excited in anticipation of this game getting underway. And we have the whistle for the Terry Insurance Kickoff.
Chris Roberts is deep. He gets the ball and carries it back into the end zone for a touchback, and Laurel will put the ball in play on their own 20-yard line.
The Tornadoes, of course, in their white shirts, gold headgear, cardinal pants. The Rockets are in white, red with blue, with red headgear, blue face mask. The offensive backs for the Tornado, Dearman will operate at quarterback wearing the 2 knee braces. Andrews at the tailback. Beasley wearing 42 when he's in his white uniform at fullback. Chris McCardle at the wingback. The receivers are Gavin at tight end and Lang, who's gimpy a little bit with a bad ankle at the split end. That offensive line who's done such a great job is Wash, Brown, Bradshaw, Chin, and Heidelberg.
Roberts is split out wide to the right. And he gets the ball, he drops it. It's incomplete at the 20-yard line. It's a little quick out there.
Tornadoes are going to spread that size. As you see, the defensive backs for the Neshoba Central Rockets, Edwards, who also covers at quarterback, is at one corner. Day is at the free safety. Strong safety is Carlos Burnside, and Michael Burnside's at the other corner. The linebackers are Jimmy Vaughn, one of tonight's captains. Lacey Word is the big one in the middle, and Shane Brown is on the other outside. The defensive line is Evans, Brazil, Michael Green, and Chris Partridge.
Lang and McCardle split out to the right again. Dearman's back to pass. He throws long up the middle. McCardle's in the middle on a crossing route. He's got the completion at the 36-yard line.
And Bruce, he was so wide open, he could have had lunch before any defender got there.
George Blair has said he's got to use his passing game before his running game is going to be successful against this big line, a big defensive attacking team for the Rockets.
Excellent protection for Richie Dearman as he stayed in the pocket.
It's 1st and 10. For those of you just turning in, we've just started Laurel's first possession. Dearman again, he's looking for a receiver. He tucks it in, he's running, he's across the 40 to the 45, down at the 46-yard line near the first down marker.
And Dearman has not, Brown on the tackle, Bruce, and Dearman has not run the ball much since he hurt that knee some 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was down on the field earlier. You may be wondering how this Mississippi College field is. There was a game this afternoon where Boonville defeated Philadelphia, the other Neshoba County team that's in this state tournament, state playoff. Boonville won that game, but the field is in excellent condition. The rain has not had any effect whatsoever on the footing out there. As you look for the measurement, in fact, referee Haskell Nicholson and a crew from Laurel called that game between Boonville and Philadelphia this afternoon. When we drove up to the stadium, I looked out there and I said, I recognize that guy. I hollered, "Hack," and he turned and waved at me just as they were getting ready to kick off in the second half. The measurement fell, the ball fell short of the measurement sticks.
It's 2nd and less than 1. The ball is placed on the 46-yard line. Laurel lines up in a power I left. It's a handoff to Andrews. Andrews gets across the 50-yard line. And Laurel's drive looks strong to this point. That's the first running play that the Tornadoes have called tonight.
This is a beautiful facility here on the campus of Mississippi College. And I hope you folks enjoy the pictures from a well-lighted field. Mike Mark, our director, is directing his 70th football game in the last 4 years and his 141st sports telecast.
It's a new formation for Laurel. Looked like a straight wing T. Andrews got the ball. He's out to the 40, 35. He's gone. He's gone. There's no flags on the field. And Dennis Andrews,
he went over tackle, broke it to the outside.
Boy, great run, a great run in a formation I have not seen this year. Just a straight wing T, hand off to Andrews. He goes around the right side and has clear sailing.
And that was how many yards, Bruce? That came at the 10:24 mark in
from
the
the
first
50-yard line. About a 49-yard scamper. I think they were just over the 50-yard line when they started out.
So now the Tornadoes line up for that exciting and thrilling extra point.
We don't have a kicker out there right now. I think Laurel's going to get busted for taking too much time. See, Chris McCardle finally shows up after tying his shoe down. He gets the ball up, and it looks good. It is good. Point after conversion. It's 7-0 in favor of the Laurel Golden Tornadoes.
Well, wow, Bruce. The Tornadoes took the ball from the 20-yard line, and they rolled 80 yards. Our statistician says that that was a 49-yard run by Andrews. And the Tornado fans and band are really pumped up tonight as we're just underway at Robinson-Hale Stadium, as Andrews was never touched, Bruce, as he broke right off of a right tackle, broke outside, and then it was a foot race. You see, there we are, folks, as we are anticipating the second Terry Insurance kickoff of this 1990 championship football game from Robinson-Hale Stadium. Nash and Day Deep awaiting the kick of Josh Blair. This kickoff brought to you by Terry Insurance, your independent agent since 1932.
It's a short kick, comes down at the 10-yard line. Day has got it. He breaks it towards the middle, and he's tackled by Gavin, driven back to the 25.
Well, folks, if you want to see a perfect tackle, that was it.
Boy,
Gavin hit Day right in the midsection with his shoulders, head to the side, and drove him right back into the ground. Tornadoes defense comes on, and we'll get a look at that big line.
You can see the scoring play, Woody. Laurel took 80 yards in 5 plays, only 1 minute and 36 seconds count off the clock in their opening drive to score.
Moss, number 26, was also in on that play. The stealth man.
There's a handoff up the middle.
Basically, the offensive attack, let me go over these offensive backs. Edwards at quarterback. Jonathan Day is at one halfback. The fullback is Moore. He has 2,044 yards of rushing this season, and Pickens is at the other halfback. The receivers are 2 tight ends, Chris Vowell and Will Friend, who's the son of Coach Chuck Friend, a 260-pound sophomore. And there's that offensive line. Richardson, Hill, Brazil, Horn, and Bester at 325.
Cepeda carries up the middle. Cepeda Moore carries up the middle. Gains about 3 yards.
The Tornado defensive backs are Roberts and Blair and McCardle. The linebackers are Andrews, Bester, Gavin, and Chin. In the defensive line, Heidelberg, Bivens, Bradshaw, and the little guy, Weathersby.
He doesn't like that, though. All right, it's 3rd and 5, Woody. The ball is marked on the 32-yard line. Big play for the Laurel defense. If they can shut them down here, they should have good field position. Day carries the ball close to the first down marker.
It looks good to me, Bruce. Day taking the handoff. You saw the full house backfield.
And the NESHOBA Central Rockets have their first down of the game as they open up their first drive. We have 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this first quarter of play.
We also have a huge crowd here.
They're still filing in here.
Pickens on that carry, Bruce.
About a 4-yard gain, Woody.
Well, what basically NESHOBA Central is going to do is they're going to say, okay, Laurel, we're big.
Yeah.
We average 260 on that offensive line. We're just going to try to push you around. They're not going to throw the ball much. So you just look for those running plays out of that full house. Sometimes well, now they split it around.
Well, you can see Laurel's lined up. They've got eight guys on the line. and they contain the runner. That was Edwards carrying the ball, and he gets about 2 yards, but good pursuit from the Laurel defense.
Good point, Bruce. Weathersby, 45 from that left defensive end slot, actually got Edwards as he was handing the ball off. Almost messed up the timing in the backfield. The Tornadoes, like you said, are just going to crowd the line of scrimmage now. If NESHOBA Central elects to pass, that's going to probably pretty much force those corners in man-to-man coverage.
Well, as you alluded to, that they passed 3 times last week. I think they completed all 3 passes. It doesn't take but one just to burn you a little bit. More carries close to the first down marker. And they keep crunching out that 2, 3, 4 yards at a time.
There we are up here, right behind the Axe banner. Wave, Bruce, so I can see you. There we go.
There we are.
Jamie Foster.
We could do hand puppets up here in that shadow. That's great.
David Overby, our statistician. Pat Welch, Bob Rosa, Timmy Pitts is up here.
It's 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line of the Rockets. Hand off to Day.
Oh, good
Day
play. Andrew
dropped behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of maybe 1. They might give him forward.
Daniel Barham's also up here watching tonight's telecast. Timmy Pitts is eating again. That guy, for a skinny guy, eats more than any human being I've ever seen in my life. Down in the truck directing his 70th football game is producer director Mike Myrick, along with Gail Welch operating graphics, and Phil Swindle. Down on the sideline camera, Kenny Husbands, Jody Kaiser, and Jim Morrell. And out on the tower behind the end zone is Brian Dennis.
There's a handoff to Moore, and he is stacked up in the middle. Maybe a gain of 1.
Bruce, you had a good opportunity to watch that little counter there, a little scissors type move in there between the guard and the center. And didn't go for much gain, but he didn't need a whole lot.
He was actually contacted back behind the line of scrimmage, and the linebackers just kind of closed it up right on him, got smunched. It's now 3rd and 9. The ball sits right on the midfield stripe.
NESHOBA Central has made their other 2 third-down conversions in this opening drive for the NESHOBA Central Rockets. They trail the Tornadoes by 7.
Little option.
Yo!
Quarterback's loose. He's around the corner. He's got the first down. Now he's out of bounds at the 41-yard line, but a broken play and a good scamper
Tornadoes
by Ray Edwards.
And I'm sorry, Bruce had a shot at him in the backfield.
Oh, they had him hemmed up, and he just jerked his foot out of the hold, and he was kind of in a trap.
I'll alert the truck. If we get a measurement there, 5 minutes and 16 seconds remaining here, and we've got a measurement, while we're waiting for the chains to make their way across the field, let me remind you that we're in the first period at Robinson-Hale Stadium with the Tornadoes leading by a score of 7-0. We'll be back with more of this championship game after these messages.
Old-fashioned warmth and sincerity. At a time when you need it most. Memory Chapel Funeral Home in Lawrence.
At Hi-Fi Cruisin', we don't just sell car stereos. We sell and install the best in name brand sound systems for your car. Alpine, Rockford Fosgate, Pioneer and Sony, cassette units, CD players, speakers, and car alarms. We offer total sound reproduction at affordable prices, and our professional installation team will make sure it's installed right. When it comes to car stereo, you just can't do better than Hi-Fi Cruisin', 16th Avenue Laurel, next to Kentucky Fried Chicken. Because car stereo is all we do, we have to do it right.
For the best values, the best prices, and the best selection of famous name brand bedding in the Pine Belt, visit the new Marcus Furniture Mattress Center in downtown Laurel with more than 20 comfort levels to choose from. You'll find the best selection of famous Fiddly and Silly Posturepedic bedding at Marcus. And we offer the best in Simmons Beauty Rest bedding, as well as Bimco and Bimco Posture bedding. If you need new bedding and want the lowest possible price on better bedding, come see us at Marcus Furniture's Mattress Center in downtown Laurel.
Hi, I'm Sandy Metters. Thanks to you, Rent All of Laurel has been Laurel's first and only full-service rental center for the last 12 years with over 300 items and still expanding. Everybody loves a party, and Rent All rents chairs, tents, tables, and all types of party items. Contractors and businesses depend on us for a multitude of tools. Homeowners count on us for everything from floor cleaners to tillers. So, the next time you need something you don't want to buy, think of Rent All of Laurel on Bush Dairy Road.
We're back to play after the measurement. The Rockets had a first down. You saw them lined up in a straight T formation, powering the ball right up the middle. About a 4-yard gain. Cepeda Moore, the ball carrier. Heidelberg and Gavin in on the stop.
To give you a feeling of the size of that offensive line, Chris Vowell, the tight end, number 80, is 205. Friend is 260 on the other end. I'll give you the rest in a moment.
Wow. There's a handoff to Moore again. He's right up the middle again. A gain of about 3.
Bruce, we've not given the weather. It's really cool and crisp, but very dry. It's going to be a great night for football. Temperature probably now in the upper 40s, going into the 30s. The rest of the line, Chris Richardson is 260 pounds. Kevin Hill is 245. Patrick Brazil, 260 at center. Jamie Horn, 265 at a guard. And 74, Kendrick Vester, 325 at a tackle.
We have a 3rd and 2 from the Tornado 33-yard line. A handoff to Moore up the middle. It's going to be close. I don't know whether he got it. It's close. Man, that's a great spot for the Rockets. It brought the ball about 3 yards past where he ended up on the ground. I'm sure they're going to have to call the chains in again. No, they mark it as a 4th down and 1.
Well, you know,
and NESHOBA Central is going to call a timeout to discuss this, as they feel they're probably in 4-down territory. They're a little bit far out for a field goal. They're on the 32-yard line. That would be a field goal in excess of 45 yards. We're back to play after the timeout from the Rockets. The Rockets are attempting their 13th consecutive play in this drive. They're only averaging a little over 3 yards per play. Moore takes it over the middle. His forward progress is marked very close to the 1st down marker.
The Tornadoes are saying no. The officials are calling time for a measurement.
It's real close.
They ran behind 74.
I think they have it. I think they have it. They have it by the length of the football.
We're going to have a measurement, though.
But there it is.
Right.
Half the football.
Oh, keen eyes Lentz up here.
I tell you, they had to gain a yard, and that's exactly what they gained. And they're doing exactly what the Tornadoes knew they were going to do. They were going to try ball control. Laurel scored after having the ball in about 2 minutes and 50 seconds on their first drive. We're winding down the first quarter. Cepeda Moore carries again and gets about 4 yards. Bradshaw in on the tackle.
Bester also hit him, tripped him up down low as Bester was coming up from the linebacker slot. I tell you, Bruce, you got to be impressed with the size and the strength of this NESHOBA Central Rockets offensive line. The Tornadoes, of course, have a lot of guys that go both ways, but it is a cool night. It's late in the year.
Edwards on the option. He tries to get around the left side, and he's hemmed up at the 25-yard line after gaining 2 yards.
I'll tell you what, Bruce, as slow as that whistle is, and that's not a put down to the officials, when they stand Edwards up like that, somebody needs to strip the ball, because they had him surrounded like he was in jail.
We had a Laurel player down on the field. It looks like Chris Roberts.
The medical staff of the Tornadoes, Dr. Waits, Dr. Bush are out there, along with Jeff Weber from South Central Regional Medical Center in the blue.
There was a big pileup out there, and and when everybody pulled away, there was one of the Laurel players left on the ground. We see the medical staff out there looking at him. We think it's Chris Roberts. We hope everything's okay. That's right, it is Chris Roberts.
I believe he did get stepped on or had the wind knocked out of him. He's being assisted to his feet. Trainer Kyle Bush is bound to be around there somewhere. Chris Roberts gets a nice hand as he exits the field. A little woozy. 3rd and 4 for the Rockets. The Tornadoes have been on defense, it seems like, for 3 weeks.
The Rockets have had a lot of 3rd downs. On every one of them so far, they've converted as they've marched down the field, starting at their own 25-yard line after the kickoff return. They've marched 50 yards in about 15 plays. There's a flag on the field. Looked like a dead ball foul.
Our first penalty of the night. Dead ball foul.
Laurel is being indicated as offsides.
That'll be a first down.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, 19-yard line.
Bruce, I'm happy to report there are 25-second clocks here at Mississippi College, but I'm saddened to report that nobody's using them. First down for the Rockets as they're mounting a serious threat against the Tornadoes.
They have had this ball for about 8 straight minutes now.
Great shot from Brian Dennis's camera in the end zone, brought to you by producer-director Mike Myrick.
Moore up the middle, and Heidelberg in on the tackle. Cepeda Moore goes nowhere, maybe a yard.
You see 78, that's Horn. 45, Weathersby. 18, McCardle. 46, Bester. Big guy, 79, Bivens. 44, Gavin. Josh Blair, number 10. You see those Tornadoes out there?
Well, we've got a passing formation here. An option. See Edwards.
Beautifully played by Heidelberg.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards.
Heidelberg, Bester, and Bradshaw had a meeting. Wow. I tell you what, you know, those you folks that have watched Laurel, Bruce, they when they tackle, they just don't bump into you. They really knock you to the ground.
They've got a little of authority out there. They're spreading their formation to the left, trying to overpower one side of the line. And there's a handoff. An option comes to Day in a little flip back in Day is tackled after about a 4-yard gain. It'll be 4th down and 5.
Field goal units coming on. I believe their field goal kicker is Word. The holder is Jonathan Day, and Lacey Word, who plays linebacker, will be attempting the field goal.
Well, the spot is on the 23-yard line. It'll be a 33-yard attempt. Ball is down. He's got the ball up, and it is just over the bar. It made that by a foot. It made the crossbar by a foot as the Rockets have eaten up 8 minutes in this 75-yard drive, which took them about 15 or 16 plays before kicking a 33-yard field goal.
Well, the Tornadoes, after giving up yardage and yardage and yardage, held.
Well, the thing that the Rockets did to the Pearl team last week was they busted the big plays. They had 4 of the touchdowns scored on runs in excess of 50 yards. Laurel has been able to contain their run game to the short gains, but they just keep coming at you, coming at you, coming at you. They've got that big line, And it's going to be a test to this Laurel defense to see which line wears out first, the Laurel defense or the Rocket offense.
The Terry Insurance kickoff. Terry Insurance brings you the third kickoff of tonight's championship game.
Chris Roberts picks it up on the 10-yard line. There'll be a return this time. He comes to the middle of the field, makes a move out to the 25. He's still struggling and pushed back at the 25-yard line.
We're glad to see Chris back after he was shaken up earlier.
There's 23 seconds remaining in this first quarter. This is Laurel's second possession of the ball game.
Both teams have had one. The Tornadoes got 7 on the 49-yard run by Andrews off tackle. NESHOBA Central, they inch their way, instead of like Rockets blasting down the field, they inch their way down. Settled for a 33-yard field goal from Lacey Word out of the hole of Jonathan Day.
We've got too many men on the field here, and I think Laurel's going to burn a timeout.
Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. And while we have timeout on the field, let me make some announcements here. I would remind you that our replay times, Bruce, are Saturday, December the 1st at 3 o'clock p.m. and 11 p.m. Sunday the 2nd at 12:30 p.m. and 10 o'clock p.m. Monday, as you watch the scoring drive on your screen, December the 3rd, 7:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. and Wednesday, December the 5th at 6:30 p.m. For more information, call Mike Mark at AXE at 649-4233. Also, the 1990 Laurel Sertoma Christmas Parade will air on AXE on Tuesday, December the 4th at 7 o'clock p.m. and 11 o'clock p.m. Wednesday on December the 5th at 7:30 a.m. Thursday, December the 6th at 6:30 p.m. and times to be announced on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Woody, the Rockets have a little different game going than Laurel. The Rockets averaged a little less than 3 yards per carry on that drive. They did not make any pass attempts. Just inched their way down the field. Now Laurel on a reverse to McCardle. McCardle cuts the corner, gains 4 or 5. He's out to the 30-yard line. I tell you that the NESHOBA Central team was in there hitting hard. McCardle paid for that one. That's the end of the first quarter with the score Laurel Tornadoes 7 and the NESHOBA Central Rockets 3. And we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Schwarzenegger Ford Lincoln Mercury in Laurel has great news for new car buyers. If you're looking for economy, we've got Escort and Tracer. If you're looking for value, we've got the Taurus and the Sable. And if you're looking for performance, we've got the T-Bird and the Cougar. You're looking for luxury, the Grand Marquis and the Lincoln Town Car. And if you're looking for recreation, we've got the all-new Ranger and the all-new Explorer. We've been your Ford dealer for 29 years in South Mississippi. Come by Schwarzenegger Ford in Laurel. You'll like the way we do business.
Physical fitness is a wonderful thing. But you've got more than a body to work on. You've got a spirit, too. And until you get in touch with God, you'll never be fully developed. So save some energy for a night of worship and learn what it means to exercise your faith.
Style, what is it? It's an attitude. It's the way you feel about yourself. And that shows in your smile. A smile can be your most attractive feature. Friendly, confident, appealing. And keeping it healthy is no puzzle. It takes daily brushing and flossing, a nutritious diet, and regular dental visits. That's how to keep a smile that says you care. A healthy smile makes all the pieces fit. A healthy smile shows your style.
Grove provides loving care. Call the care line now.
We're ready for second quarter action. I'll get it out in a minute, Bruce, at Robinson-Hale Stadium in this 1990 championship game.
Dearman puts the ball on his hip. He's back to throw. The ball's open in the middle. Gavin's got it. One man to beat. He's tackled at the 45-yard line. He fumbles the ball, but he's down. The ball was down. He had been tackled and lost the ball after he hit the ground.
Edwards, I believe, on the stop, Bruce. Gavin just takes a drag route out of his tight end slot. What was his name? Dearman.
Yes, the quarterback. Remember him.
He put the ball on his hip and just sprinted out. There was nobody near. Gavin caught the ball in full stride. Had one man to beat. Edwards was unable to do so, but the Tornadoes are out past midfield with a big first down.
Well, that's the second time that Dearman has connected with his receivers on that crossing route in the middle. Straight T formation. Andrew has the ball. He gets stacked up at the line after a gain of maybe 2 or 3.
Same play the Tornadoes scored on, but it was a little better defense by Chuck Friend's NESHOBA Central Rockets. Well, I'm having a great time, Bruce. This is my third state championship football game in 4 years, and it's just a lot of fun. I hope you folks are enjoying it at home, those of you that could not be here. And some of those folks that couldn't be here, Dr. John Hassel was on call tonight. His daughter, Jenny Crash, is a cheerleader. Sean Wansley's back getting the paper out. He'll watch it on replay, and Dr. Eric Lindstrom's on call and couldn't make it tonight.
Well, I'm excited to be here. There's about 5,000 people here that are also excited. Dearman goes back. He goes long. McCardle's all by himself. He got the ball. Touchdown. Chris McCardle. Richie Dearman hit him right on the hands as McCardle had his defender outstripped by about 5 yards.
Burnside was beating Carlos. Not Michael, but Carlos was beaten, and McCardle beautifully adjusted to the ball, Bruce, in midair.
Boy, what a play. What a play.
McCardle's just tying his shoe, folks. Don't worry about that. He's not hurt. But that was a great catch. McCardle had a beautiful catch called back due to an illegal shift last week against South Pike right before the half. That was similar, except he was wide open.
Laurel is going to get bit here again, and they're going to get fined here 5 yards for delay of game, I'm sure. There it is. Well, Chris usually can usually kick that field. You know, last week
the length on that pass was what, Bruce?
I believe the line of scrimmage was
about the 47.
It's about the 43-yard line. So it's about a 43-yard pass.
Well, the Tornadoes scored with 10 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and they scored with 10 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the second quarter on plays from just about in the midfield area.
There's McCardle's kick, and it's up.
And good.
And it's good. And Laurel goes on top, 14-3, early in the second quarter of play, as Richie Dearman connected with Chris McCardle on a 43-yard pass reception. The Laurel team has been running the short crossing patterns all night, and McCardle just slipped on out, beat his coverage. He was on man-to-man coverage, had his defender beaten by 5 yards. Dearman threw the ball up, seeing the man-to-man coverage. McCardle adjusted well to it, and it was one of those things, if Chris had dropped the ball, he'd have had to keep right on running into that parking lot to find a bus.
That's right. He was so wide open, and he made a beautiful adjustment as we prepared for the Josh Players Terry Insurance Kickoff, brought to you as always by the friendly folks at Terry Insurance Agency. We're waiting the official Roger Moak's whistle, and there it is. This kickoff brought to you by Terry Insurance.
It's a short, wobbly kick, and it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line for Blair.
Well, Terry Insurance gets double coverage here.
Hey, they get their money's worth.
Bonus coverage. Well, Woody, these stands are rocking on both sides.
Yeah, there's a bunch of folks here. Woody, I was going to comment on Chris McCardle's school record-breaking field goal last week. He kicked a 47-yard field goal. You and I witnessed it, and it was like
stereo.
In stereo. We were amazed. You know, we said, "What's this guy doing with the ball sitting way out there?" And he kicked it, and it was straight, and it had another 10 yards it could have carried. He had a little adrenaline in that kick.
You're right. You see the large crowd at Robinson-Hale Stadium. Bruce, that erased Michael Howard's 44-yard field goal record that he made in 1987. As you see the scoring drive, 4 plays, 74 yards, took a minute and 45 seconds. Or 46 seconds, I'm sorry.
Laurel kicks off now from the 35-yard line after the 5-yard penalty. Blair gets this one down the middle of the field, but it's short. It comes down at the 25-yard line. Day carries the ball, and he's in trouble, but he's trying to break it to the outside and is hemmed up on the 35, and 5 Tornadoes are in on the tackle. 5 white jerseys brought him down.
Beautifully played by 65, Lee Chris. On that side, he had to contain, and he didn't get sucked into the middle. And when Dave
kept forcing him to the outside,
he said, "You got to go back in where my friends are." We had a nice visit with Jimmy Bass before the game, along with Fats Harbison and Dennis Smith. Scott Walters.
The Rockets have the ball on their own 36-yard line. They're shifted over on the right side, but they come to the, they shifted over on the left, and they come back on the short side.
That's what I mean about that hard-hitting Tornado team. You know, they spun Edwards around. One guy did.